ResortLoop.com is proud to be sponsored by Joffrey's Coffee and Tea Company. Joffrey's now offers coffee subscriptions. You can order a 3, 6, or 12-month subscription. You can choose from 3 collections: the Flavored Coffee Collection, the Roastmasters Collection, or the Disney Signature Coffee Collection. Each collection includes 3 bags per month. With the Joffrey's Coffee subscriptions, never run out of great coffee again. Learn more and order at Joffreys.com.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
The body of water that you see to the right of our forward motion is the Seven Seas Lagoon. The Seven Seas Lagoon is a man-made creation that took 3 years and the removal of millions of cubic yards of earth to complete.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining us. I'm Tim Scott. This is ResortLoop.com, the gateway to the magic. Hope everybody has had a fantastic week. I will say here in Ohio this week and this weekend coming up, it's going to be bitter cold. I heard somebody say this morning that it's going to be in the double digits, which I think they probably meant it's going to be between 10 and 19 degrees. I'm not sure because, as we all know, 85 is also in the double digits. So that's a pretty wide range, but I think I knew where they were going, and they probably just did not have coffee yet. But I want to talk about some news earlier in this week that when I initially heard it, well, and I still after I heard it, I'm actually very excited about, as the Leave a Legacy. Sculptures, etchings that were in Epcot. They're going to redo the whole front plaza, make it a little more traffic friendly. I will say it will help with that quite a bit. I was excited to see that they're going to keep them. They're going to move them somewhere else. I'm going to read from the blog's article here. It says, these newly designed panels are the first of many that will be installed outside the Epcot touchpoints, featuring vibrant hues from the new park's color palette. So hopefully they'll blend in there a little bit and be a little bit more out of the way. Along with a fresh look for Leave a Legacy, the beautiful fountain and gleaming pylons further illustrate the park's transformation and the magic of possibility. So yeah, those new, I don't want to call them lucite, the crystals there in the front by the fountain, going back to the little old school Epcot. For anyone else who wants to search for the tile at the location, you just use your smartphone, you scan the QR code that's there, it'll open up a little window for you to type in the name and any information so you can find out where the new layout is. I will say I did do a little checking, and my checking was I wanted to know if they used the existing etchings that they had, or is it they somehow reprinted them or re-etched them. I'm not sure. I'd have to actually see this in person to be able to tell. But my control group was in sync, and I do know that initially, when it was in front of Spaceship Earth, they were on a horizontal line, and I saw on a video on YouTube that they are now on a vertical line. So these are all new panels or printings or etchings or something, and they will have a numbered system going across the top of the etchings for each panel, and the conversion will be on your phone. After you scan in the YouTube, it'll tell you where to find you if you're in the Leave a Legacy. And I will say, under full disclosure, because this might evolve into a rant later on, that back in the day when my son was young, we did have his picture on one of the monoliths, so we could find that. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But I thought this was good news. And then I continued to read some things, and actually I was in the car a little bit more this week than normal. And I did listen to a couple other podcasts, which I usually don't have time to listen to. And I will say, I could not believe the amount of negative energy, I'll just say for lack of a better term, because energy, you make the world go round. A lot of things I read and heard were people saying, I don't know why people would want to have their picture on this. I don't understand why they would feel necessary to pay money to have their tiny little picture put on an etching in front of Spaceship Earth, or why they would buy a brick over in front of the Magic Kingdom. I've been a Disney fan a long time. I've been a Disney fan longer than podcasts have been around. I've almost been a Disney fan longer than TV's been around. Okay, that's just an old joke. That's not true at all. However, you got to go back to when these Leave a Legacy things started. It was, I believe, 1999, 1997. I'm going to pull it up. Actually, from the official Disney World site, Leave a Legacy. Epcot is a park that celebrates the world, a place that invites a collaboration and connections where people from all cultures can come together and share their stories. From 1999 to 2007, Leave a Legacy offered guests the opportunity to have their pictures taken and etched onto steel tiles, which were mounted on panels, creating a beautiful representation of our global community, which is kind of what Epcot's kind of all about, just throwing that out there. Leave a Legacy continues to celebrate the spirit of optimism. So you got to remember, this was back in 1999 when you could start doing this. And I can tell you, looking at my official letter from Leave a Legacy, it is dated June of 2000. So I have some of the official paperwork that we can talk about also. But remember, this is 1999. The internet has just maybe barely started. Not everybody had a computer in their home. When this ended in 2007, the iPhone was just announced. There were not a whole lot of Disney magazines. There was not a whole lot of ways to get Disney information other than going to the parks. Maybe if you remember the Magic Kingdom Club, which I know for us, we had to join it through a credit union, was the only way we could get information through that. You couldn't log on to anything to find out Disney information. You couldn't find Disney podcasts. So if you were on vacation, you came across Leave Legacy or the brick in front of the Magic Kingdom, and you wanted to maybe feel a little bit of magic when you're home, just to know maybe your name or your picture is there when you can't be, that is a really big deal if you're a big Disney fan, and that's kind of where you just want to be. I think a lot of people are forgetting, they forget the world before the internet. That being said, in 1999, going into 2000s, Disney was really pushing, visit there in the year 2000, be there for the millennium. That's when they had the Millennium Village. They had the Tapestry of Nations. After that, the Tapestry of Dreams to welcome in the new millennium. Everyone's trying to be super positive. Everybody was looking forward to the future. I mean, what better place than Epcot, especially Future World for that, where you're getting the new technology. You're just getting a glimpse of what computers can do. I will say, I know a lot of people were complaining about the whole Leave a Legacy tiles and the sculptures there in the front that you had to dodge them going into the park. I mean, I never really had to run a slalom getting into the park. I seem to have more of a problem staying out of people's pictures with the PhotoPass photographers everywhere. That was kind of more of an issue for me than, walking around these Leave a Legacy sculptures. And while a lot of people would walk right by them, not pay attention that there's people's faces on them, or, can I get my face on there? Because a lot of people didn't care. But, remember, a lot of people going into the park aren't huge, massive Disney or Epcot fans. This is kind of one of those things that's just special if you're a real, true Disney fan that maybe you got to take a part in, take a piece in, have a vested interest in. Like I said, they don't have to actually even be there anymore, but they're outside, so Disney must think there's a value there and actually wants to, honor the people who are on the Leave a Legacies. A lot of people have family members that aren't with us anymore, and they might go there and then every time, as they go into the park, let's take a look, just give a quick little remembrance and go on, have a great day. So I think sometimes you just need to, let's look at things from maybe more of a global perspective. And don't get me wrong, like I said, they were there as long as Disney said they were going to be there, so had they decided to take it out, dump it in the landfill, I'd have been fine with it. So anyway, I thought it was fantastic that they brought the Leave a Legacy back, even in a new form, and it actually doesn't sound like you have to pay for admission to see them. So there's something you can do for free. You just kind of get to the park. But I will say, I want to let everyone know that when you did sign up for the Leave a Legacy, you would get a letter in the mail. And let's see, postage was 55 cents back then, so I'm not sure how that would translate to today's postage, but this was June 2nd. June 26th of 2000. So, but what they sent, and I'll post pictures of these with the show, an Epcot Leave a Legacy card, which actually would give the website. And I did go to the website, which their official website at the time was Disney.com/Living Legacy. If you go there now, you just get a big 404 error with Wreck-It Ralph's picture in it. So I will say that's probably something Disney should actually take care of. And it also says it was powered online by MyFamily.com, the Disney magazine they had back in the day. So, and there's a barcode on the back of the card, which I'm guessing would actually correspond to its location on the granite or marble stones, on the monoliths, as some would say. But it came in this beautiful card, Leave a Legacy, on the front. Inside, on the pocket in the envelope, it says, "To the youngsters of today, I say, believe in the future." Then Walt Disney. That was a Walt Disney quote. Again, remember, this is a time when people were actually being optimistic for the future. Everyone was excited about the new millennium, the new possibilities, as we're heading towards a pandemic. But we go on, as someone once told me. Beautiful card on the inside. It's a little cardboard card. It's more like a little slide out with a little clear plastic picture in there. The picture on the pull-out piece of plastic, it actually has your picture that is on the Leave a Legacy. Above the picture says "Celebrating the Future hand in hand" with the picture. Under the picture, there's a cutout, very similar to one of the monoliths, and with a Leave a Legacy and the little logo in there. And under there, on the card, it says "Part of the Walt Disney World Millennium Celebration." And under that, a little tile locator that told you exactly where the tile was. The back of the card says, "Commemorating this special moment in Epcot is just the beginning. You can continue your legacy by accessing the Living Legacy at Disney.com, part of the Go Network." So you remember, that was Disney's attempt at a Google-type thing, going with a search engine. Kind of their take on the internet was going to be the Go Network, which you still see, Go.com and most of their URLs. The Living Legacy will allow you to record your personal hopes and dreams for the future. You can also add digital photographs, creating your own living family tree. It is certain to be a lasting symbol of a bright tomorrow with a tribute to a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I remembered that. They said you could go log on, which, I don't believe we even had a computer. And if we did, I'm sure we weren't online at that point in 2000. I don't think it was later than that till we got ours. But you would go to this Disney.com/living legacy, which right now is a 404 error. And you could upload notes. I guess they said pictures and anything. And you could add to this, going forward. And apparently, people weren't doing that, I'm assuming. And they just got rid of it. I'd love to know if they have that information still on a server somewhere. And open that back up. I don't remember. Well, like I said, I don't think we did that. But I'm sure a lot of people uploaded pictures that they forgot they had. And notes and that kind of thing about their vacation, about their lives at the time. I would love to see Disney open that back up and get that out there so people can get that information again. So Disney, if you're listening, fire up Disney.com/living legacy. Let's get that out there. People need to relive their family history. If you have done a Leave a Legacy, if your picture's up there somewhere and you have some of the information or a picture, I encourage you to share that over at Looper Nation Live. I know I'd love to see it. I know everybody there would love to see it. I'm going to share this picture here pretty soon, I think. We'll share that probably with the show, so people can see what Leave a Legacy is all about. If they're just something you walked by, there's a little bit of history there. So I guess my takeaway from this is, if you hear about something that's, old at Disney, not like me, like something that was a big deal back in the day and maybe it's going away or it's being retasked, maybe give it more of a shot. Look at it from maybe a different perspective. Just because maybe you weren't a Disney fan or around when this happened, doesn't mean it wasn't a big deal and it wasn't something that deserves a little bit of love. So anytime Disney can do a little something for the true Disney fans out there who have been longtime Disney fans, I'm all about it. So I'm Tim Scott. I'd like to hear your thoughts on this. Maybe I just ranted. Maybe I've been incoherent. It could be either one. I had to restart the show a couple times this week because I had a little hard drive issue. But we've gotten that taken care of. And we'll see if we can get that information back. But that's neither here nor there. I've overshared. Once again, if you have a Leave a Legacy picture or any information there, share it over the Looper Nation Live. I'd love to hear it. Tim Scott, Facebook, Twitter, the website, ResortLoop.com. If you're looking to book a trip, maybe you need to go out there and stare at the new Leave a Legacy location. ResortLoopTravel.com. Hey, everybody. We'll talk to you later. You've been listening to The Gateway to the Magic. See you, everybody. Vacation memories will stay with you and your family for a lifetime. The Resort Loop Travel Group was created with this in mind. Our fee-free services will relieve you of the stress and confusion of finding and booking the best vacation at the best price. After booking, we will continue to monitor for ways to save you even more on your vacation. We will check for any upcoming packages and discounts to save you as many vacation dollars as possible. Resort Loop Travel Group, gateway to your magical vacation memories. Get a quote, or for more information, visit ResortLoopTravelGroup.com.